We go one base color just to get it all light, and then I'll get like 5 bowls, and then we come in and start getting wavy. My name is Daniel Moon. I'm a hair colorist, and I'm the owner of Salon Hair Los Angeles. Yes, I first started experimenting with like hair color when I was in high school. When I was on my wrestling team, we went to another tournament. Guys, I had this idea. We all have to have uniform hair. We all have to be blonde, but at that time, you know, it's like, I didn't know much about it, so we all ended up orange. Well, I really feel that, like, you know, it's like, the Marines was like part 2, you know, and being in the Marines, you know, being held back from not being able to do anything creative. I feel like that was the first time that I like had this other identity where I was like, okay, what does a Marine look like? Like, what is a Marine supposed to look like? I'm like, this haircut is a very military, old school haircut, you know, and I'm gonna see how that feels, and I'm gonna experiment with that. When I was in the Middle East in Bahrain. Being restricted for so many years did have impact on me to where when I was gonna get out, I'm like, you know, we only have one life, and I'm gonna do whatever I want to. So I was jumping back into life at 21, almost 22. So going into hair was like almost a very extreme thing, like being in the Marine Corps on Monday and then being in beauty school on Thursday with same haircut, but just same different environment of like surrounded, you know, by doll heads and perm rods, and, you know, getting those things, and just remember like tripping out that it was like the same life, different world, you know. Who knows how experimental I would have been if I wasn't restricted for so many years. I connected with Kanye through another friend of mine, Chris Appleton, who's an amazing hairstylist. When it was time to bleach and that was mentioned, then, you know, I got the phone call, hey Danny, are you in town? Would you want to come over and do some bleaching? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. We go over colors, he knows what he wants. Colors are gone over, and then I'm just allowed to, you know, I stick by that, you know, and do my interpretation of whatever we spoke about. And I would say Kanye's one of the most positive people I've ever met, you know, and really inspiring. I was introduced to Kid Cudi, and, you know, we talked about different patterns and like what he was open to doing, and I kind of gave him a breakdown of what we can do, and then he was like, okay, go ahead and do your thing. First, we're gonna lighten it, and then see how light we can get it. So we'll go from there, and then from there, we'll be able to determine what colors I can layer on top of whatever we make. If it's a beige, then you can do oranges, you can do purples, you can do blues. You know, if you get it lighter, then you can go into the greens, you can go into some neons. So this determines the color selection. My coloring process started from one of the salons that one of my first most influential salons, working at Andy LeCompte salon in West Hollywood. Because I was at that salon and working there, being in that environment, and it was almost like performance art in the beginning, you know, because I'm like, look guys, like I don't have anything to do, so I got one client, and I was just figuring out my style. And as I was starting my career, I was building up a new clientele, and the girl I was friends with, she became my muse, and she would come get colors every couple weeks, and she was blonde, so I ended up creating all the colors of the rainbow in her hair. And then her friends take pictures, and she's like, hey Danny, look at this picture. And I'm like, oh wow, that looks like a painting, sick. So then I was like, I'm gonna start taking pictures. So I started taking pictures of like buns or the hair in different ways. And I was inspired to be a part of this community. And by taking pictures of these works, it kind of looked like paintings, and I could communicate with like artists. You know, be like, hey guys, look at this arrangements that I'm doing in my world. I'm like, oh cool, yeah, you're just doing stuff like us, sick. And I'm like, oh sick, let's have fun, let's keep talking. Yeah. Dream celeb, Rihanna. I'd love to work with her. Love to color like Travis Scott, you know. He's got great hair. Those guys are like on my list, like, you know. I love Billie Eilish, you know. I'd love to color with her. You know, I'd love to color Beyonce, of course, you know. It's like, it's funny because it's such a cool experience sharing it with people that doesn't necessarily have to be focused around like celebrities, because you're creating this persona for people, you know, and they're art pieces. So celebrities are already art pieces that they've developed themselves. And being able to work with individuals and creating these personas for individuals is what I really take pride in, you know. I love working with celebrities, but I love working with people. Coloring for the people is where I like my position to be, you know.